Hey, welcome to another edition of the Retail Sales Motivation Podcast. I'm your host and sales coach, Baraka, and this weekly podcast is for all of you retail sales warriors out there working hard to turn every interaction into a sweet payday. This week I wanted to talk about maps. So my wife and son will tell you that I am horrible with directions. I need the magic lady in a box, what everyone else in the civilized world calls a GPS, to find my way around everywhere. No matter how often I've been to that place, I probably have my magic lady in a box turned on and guiding me. A lot of times it's because it's just comforting to, know that I have a tool in case I'm, maybe listening to an audio book or something, or just otherwise kind of zoned out and maybe an automatic pilot. And it's going to, steer me in the right direction. I am very much looking forward to buying a self-driving Tesla one day so that I no longer have this problem. I can completely outsource all of my navigation needs and driving concerns to a magic lady in a box who will truly, truly get me where I need to go. But anyway, so I will tell you that like the lack of navigation and the automatic pilot has been a problem in the past. There was a time when many years ago, we had just moved to Richmond from New York, and I was on my way to work. I was at the time working three different jobs, and also I was working two jobs then. I was working two jobs and going to school full time. And so I was not really getting a ton of sleep. We had our baby was not yet a year old, was just a few months old at that point, like maybe 7 months, 8 months. And so I'm driving to work. I'm in automatic pilot and I'm just going. And it wasn't until I was like maybe halfway there. Mind you, I'd already gotten onto the toll road and everything. And I was maybe halfway there and I realized, oh my God, think I'm going in the wrong direction. And then I had the thought, where am I going? Like, I didn't know what day it was. I knew what time it was because the clock of my car was telling me, but otherwise I didn't know what was happening. And I started to panic a bit, like, okay, what's going on? And I called my wife, woke her up, hey, where am I supposed to be going right now? Fortunately, I was going in the right direction. I was heading to the correct job. But yeah, I don't know if you've ever had that moment of panic where you realize that you were kind of zoned out and your hands and feet were driving you and you weren't really paying attention. But yeah, that was that moment for me. And my wife, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. And my son, thankfully, inherited my wife's sense of direction. So they never get lost, it seems. And while my son, I'm not quite sure if he just maybe has an inherent sense of where north, south, east, and west are. But I do not. And my wife, I don't know that she has the north, south, east, west, but she probably does. But for her, it's real fun driving with her because she's a foodie. And so she knows everywhere she's at because there is some restaurant that she's been to or knows about in that area. No matter where we are, I swear, no matter where we are in the country, it feels like she knows, oh, there's this restaurant over here. I know where I am. There's this restaurant down this street. It's pretty hysterical. And she can navigate her way around any area just because she knows the landmarks, right? She has a sense of, okay, these are the guideposts for, okay, if I'm going to this restaurant, then I know what part of town I'm in. I know where the highways are. I know where the roads are. Okay, boom, I can get me home, work, wherever she's going, based on that. I don't have that skill. And, I don't know. I guess in my own feeble defense, I was born and raised in Harlem, New York, which is on the island of Manhattan. And Manhattan, New York is laid out in a grid. It's intensely logical. North to south, east to west. So, north to south, the streets are numbered and they go up from 1 down on the southern end of Manhattan all the way up to 200 and 227th Street, something like that. And that's in the northernmost end of Manhattan. So north to south, you pretty much know where you are just by looking at the street number. Then east to west, the streets are numbered. The avenues, I should say, are numbered. North to south, they're streets. East to west, they're avenues, and they are numbered. And they start on the east end of Manhattan and First Avenue, and it goes all the way to 12th Avenue on the western end. So again, you know exactly where you are just by looking up and looking at a street sign. You see the intersection, you see the street number, you see the avenue number, you know how to get where you got to go. Okay, I know that's a pitiful excuse, but I'm sticking to it. My wife, she was born in the Bronx. That is not a grid. That is a god-awful maze of streets and avenues and things, and I don't understand how anyone figures their way around. But she grew up there, and so, yeah, she had to develop a better sense of direction, I guess, than I. But anyway, back to my point. Why am I bringing this up? It's because this is very similar to sales. Most sales follow a certain pattern. They have guideposts. They have landmarks at various phases to indicate various phases of the transaction. And as you develop your skills and you are really working with more and more customers, you will start to recognize and appreciate that there are landmarks that will clue you in and trigger responses from you in order to move the transaction forward. So there could be, again, retail and my store, furniture store. So we could be talking with a customer who is moving, right? She's buying a new house. Sweet. That's our bread and butter. That's what we love, right? But that also finding that out triggers a question for the salesperson. Where are you in the mortgage process? Have you already closed on the house? Are you applying for the mortgage? Are you just looking at this stage? Are you in the process of, getting everything finally approved? What's going on? Because financing plays a huge part in furniture sales. And if a customer is in the process of closing on their mortgage, they should not open up a financing application, right? They should not apply for financing because that will adversely impact their ability to get their mortgage. And many times customers, they might have been warned that by their lender, or they might not have, but in any event, they come in and sometimes they just forget. They get excited, they get caught up in the in the moment, the emotional enthusiasm of shopping for new furniture, for a new home. And the salesperson, it's up to us, our home furnishing consultants, they will warn the customer that, hey, financing is not a good idea right now until you close on the house, right? So the day that you close on your house, come see me, give me a call. And we will, we'll put everything that you are looking at. We'll write it all down. We'll give it to you, in writing. And it'll lock the prices for, for our company, 14 days. And this way, what you're, looking for, but you're not going to jeopardize the purchase of your home. That landmark, right? It's small, but it has a major impact, because what that tells the salesperson is this person may not be finalizing today, and that's okay. We have tools to manage that process. But hey, we need to know that up front, right? That's part of the qualification part of the process, right? So we need to know where they're at in that process. Or let's say that a customer is in the store and she's helping her daughter shop for furniture. She's going to college, and she's got a small little place, maybe not a dorm room, but a little maybe campus apartment or something, and she needs to furnish it. And so that landmark for us, again, we love those sales. That landmark for us, though, tells us that, hey, this customer might be in a position to start downsizing, or not downsizing, I should say, but potentially changing out the furniture in the daughter's room, right? Getting rid of that bedroom furniture and maybe turning that room into something else. So, hey, what are you thinking about in that room? Let's start looking for furniture for that room to accomplish whatever it is that you're, trying to turn that into. These are landmarks, right? And what that does is it's a landmark that signals to the salesperson that, hey, while after we finish with the daughter, I now have another transaction that could possibly be occurring with this sale. So it's not just about the daughter's needs. It's also going to be about mom and dad's needs. So after we're done with the daughter, let me pivot to the mom and dad. This is, again, if you're astute and you recognize the landmarks, right, as you're going along, driving through the transaction, then okay, this is what I need to do next. This is what I need to do next. This is the next turn I need to make, to put it back into the navigation metaphor. I know I totally beat that horse to death, but you get my point. So hey, as you're working through your transactions and conversations with your customers, try to pinpoint the pattern. This is when a customer is going to be looking to finalize. Okay, this is when a customer is going to be open to some more suggestions. This is when a customer is maybe in a rush and I need to expedite this transaction. This is when a customer is signaling that yes, they are open to me really just spending as much time with them as possible in order to maximize this sale. You need to recognize the landmarks, and that will help guide you to more success in your transactions. And that can make the difference between a no sale, a small sale, and a huge sale. That's it. That's all I got for you. I know I didn't say it last week, but I really hope that everyone had a phenomenal Labor Day holiday weekend. I hope that it was profitable for you, not only for your business, but for your personal commissions. And I encourage you that if you did what you were supposed to do this holiday weekend, then you have information that you can use to further your clienteling, that you have names, phone numbers, wish lists, things like that. And that whether the customers bought from you or didn't, you have a way of getting back in touch with them and getting them back into the store to do something, either with that wish list or with something different. But I sincerely hope for you that you are clienteling your butt off. Just as a reminder, Yes, you just got through Labor Day. Veterans Day is coming up, which, yes, it's not a huge tentpole sale probably for your business, but I don't know what industry you're in. There are some industries where Veterans Day might be a bigger deal, but Veterans Day is the holiday that sets you up for Black Friday. People will come in on Veterans Day just to kind of kick tires to see what things are out there. If they didn't come during Labor Day holiday, they come during Veterans Day to see what's available, and they start making plans for Black Friday. So this is the next holiday coming is your opportunity to build good relationships, make yourself memorable, get all the information you need in order to maximize your clienteling opportunities. Because next month, the people who are clienteling, even if it doesn't lead to immediate sales, and if customers are going to wait for the Black Friday sale, they will come to you. They will come ask for you. They will come see you when you hit them up to say, hey, the Black Friday sale is on. I know you were looking at X, Y, and Z. This is, it's on sale, come on in or whatever. They will know who you are because of the strength of the clienteling you're going to do over the next several weeks. Okay. So that's my coaching for you. Clienteling. All right. That's it. I hope you have a great week, and let's be careful out there. That's how I end all my team meetings. Have a good week.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you'll gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, nor famine, nor gout, nor sickness, nor pain, nor body, nor brain can keep you away from that thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God, you'll get it.